What's going on, nation? Big Talk Nation. This is Chris.
This is Greg.
Welcome back to another episode of Big Talk with Chris and Greg. Sweet sounds of Skid Row right there.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's
Love it.
Right? That's one of my favorite songs from those guys, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Probably one of the best power ballads of all time.
Whoa.
I think
Not,
so.
not even the top 25 all time.
Really?
I don't know, dude. I like it a lot.
It's
great,
It's
dude.
right up there.
Yeah.
You know, we just did a couple episodes. You know, we did The White Line. We did their first 4 albums. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into some Skid Row.
All right.
Right into their first 3. Their classic lineup. And but first, we got some stuff. Let's talk about some stuff.
Right.
Let's talk about some stuff. This is Big Talk with Chris and Greg. I'm Chris.
Once again, I'm Greg.
And you can reach us on Instagram at bigtalkcg.podcast, Twitter at bigtalkcg, email us at bigtalkcg@gmail.com. Keep them coming. We get the 12-year-old back on here.
Yeah, she's ready to roll.
She's been laid off.
Ugh.
We didn't get any emails. We had to lay her off.
Sorry.
She's still making more than we are, though. She's getting that unemployment.
Damn it.
And a free education.
And that's the American dream, free education, right?
It'll take you anywhere you want to go.
Wow, dang. Right. What else we got going on, man? What happened? Been going on?
We got a lot that's been going on. We got I gotta tell you, can someone close the studio door? I can hear the 10-year-old screaming over there. You out of your mind. We've been reaching out, dude. Everybody already knew that we are internationally known.
Ooh.
But we are even more internationally known now. We have we've been breaking into some more countries, and I'm really excited about where we're going, where we're expanding to. And I'm just keep on talking because Greg's eyes just get bigger and bigger and bigger with each word I say, and without saying where we're being heard. But I gotta say, you know, it's really exciting to be doing doing a podcast. 2 guys that have been friends for 20 years, and just talking about stuff that we love and that other people take interest in the bullshit that we have to say.
Exactly.
And expecting really no one else to get it.
Exactly.
And that's, you know, really means a lot to us. And it really does. People say it all the time. You always hear people say, like, you know, we're so happy you listen to us and all that. But when you're the actual person that's doing it and people start listening to you, when you're in their shoes, you're like, yeah, dude, it is awesome that actually somebody wants to hear what you have to say. When you don't really think that anybody really gives a shit about what you have to say.
Yeah, what we're saying or doing. Yeah, you're right on that, dude.
So check this out. I'm so excited about this. We are breaking into Taiwan.
Whoa.
We are in Taiwan. We have listeners there. Multiple listens, multiple downloads over the past couple weeks. And that's pretty exciting for me because that's not an English-speaking nation.
No.
And someone in there is taking a liking to what we're having to say halfway across the world. And that, to me, is super, super exciting. And another country that we just freshly broke into this week. And actually got this. Oh, wait, you want to say something?
I was going to say, did the intern episode break into this?
The intern episode has broken in to Taiwan. China's got issues now. China has issues. COVID has been talked about in Taiwan.
Because you said the word K-pop and they went all crazy.
They went all crazy.
All right.
She didn't talk about Thai pop.
T-pop? All right, give it to me.
Check this out. So, we have broken into a whole other country, but I think to just tell Greg, I'm going to bust out this 6-pack I got right here. I bought this today. Hold on. What country is that from?
The Czech Republic?
We have listeners in the Czech Republic.
No way. Oh, no way.
Let's open a couple of these. Here you go.
All right. Hold on. Let me take a zip for everybody.
Cheers. That's good.
I love the surprise, though. This is rad.
Thank you to everybody around the world.
Decent volume of alcohol, man.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and recap for everybody that maybe knew where we got our listeners, where we got people. Obviously, the United States of America. Then actually, we're gonna count down from most listens to the bottom.
Okay.
Where we have one. Taiwan is actually number 2 now. Somebody there loves us. I don't know who it is, but send us an email at bigtalkcg@gmail.com. Get it on the Instagram, bigtalkcg.podcast. Let us know who you are. We would love to hear from you. And the next one down is Russia, then Germany, Canada, Czech Republic. You also got it. You got to send us something here at bigtalkcg.podcast,
Yes.
Instagram, or bigtalkcg@gmail, something. After that, we got France, Argentina, United Kingdom. We're literally worldwide.
I'm loving it, dude. I am loving it.
This is something I can tell my kids, which I probably have told them about ad nauseum. They are tired of hearing me talk about this shit.
I'll tell them next time.
Man, I'm so excited. I am, dude. And until you've like done something like this, you may just roll your eyes. But man, I'm beside myself. I just
Cool,
can't believe that
man.
people want to hear what we have to say,
Right?
Especially about the stupid shit we talk about.
Rock
Wrestling. Rock wrestling. Like we know anything about fashion or something.
I sure don't.
We love you guys. We love every single member of the nation.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody that's listened for 1 second, we love all you guys, and we're just glad you guys are listening, continuing to listen. And Greg is Jesus Christ, dude! You drink that whole beer?
You know I did.
Jeez Louise.
Sometimes I'm thirsty.
Did you have anything you wanted to talk about? You ready
No,
to go?
but I got a surprise back from a few episodes ago.
All right.
So my brother Matt, my younger brother, was listening to the Christmas episode, and he heard something. Oh, was it a Christmas episode? And he said, "Oh, I got something for you as a surprise." And I saw him a couple weeks ago. Pickle candy canes.
The pickle ones, dude.
I was like, no way. He said,
Dude.
So I'm gonna bring them to you guys, and I'm gonna surprise Chris, and we're gonna try these just for the hell of it. So we'll take a picture of the back of it. He said he ordered them online, and he wanted to bring it to us. So thanks to my younger brother Matt for bringing us the pickle candy canes.
Now, if you want to listen to what we got to say about the pickle candy canes, go back. It's episode 15. It's part 2 of our Christmas episode. And that's where we talk about candy and this and that.
But what were we talking about? That they said the worst candy cane? Is that what it was?
They said this was the worst.
Okay.
And you said that you didn't want to try. Have you tried one yet?
I tried. Okay, yes, I tasted it, but I didn't enjoy the whole thing. So I broke one up because he brought it. We were with a family, everybody had a little taste.
Was it just the tip?
Yes, it was just the tip that we tasted. That I put in my mouth. Yes, Chris. I'll admit it. It was just the tip. Hey, maybe we should have the intern try it first.
Still counts.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe. You want to? Well,
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Maybe next episode we'll have her try the pickle
Okay.
candy cane.
Okay.
Tune in for next week.
All right. I'm not doing it now, or we'll do it later.
We're gonna do it later.
Okay.
We'll do it later. We'll all do a pickle candy challenge. Just the tip.
Well, I want to see Chris's sucking the tip extravaganza.
That can go on YouTube. That can give you some video.
I want to see that sharpened point. And then
Oh yeah, you want to see? Oh, you want to? Is this all about my candy cane eating philosophy?
Yes.
My philosophy is right. It's fact. Let's move on.
Sounds good. That's my surprise.
Skid Row.
Skid Row. Sounds good.
If you guys don't know anything about this band, one of the greats from the hair band era, the late 80s, early 90s. This band came from New Jersey,
Yes.
East Coast band.
East Coast.
Got formed by Rachel Bolan and
Dave
Sabo.
Yeah.
They were the two founding members. Met how usually people meet, meeting someone at a record store. You know, they met like where one of them worked, and they just kind of met through just an acquaintance and recruited this person, that person. Go ahead.
Well, they were saying that Dave was more like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden background, and Rachel was more Misfits, Ramones, punk type thing. But when they got together, they knew how to mesh their guitar skills and songwriting together to form the Skid Row sound.
This is one of the most underrated bands from this whole era. If you're really asking me, their debut album, which we talked about on the debut album episode, which is episode number one. We talk about this album. We didn't talk about it enough. We kind of threw it in at the end, and we knew we had to come back to it at some time. We just looked at each other and said, "Yeah, we're coming back to this one." So just gloss it. So we came back to this, and we're gonna go over the first three albums. And man, this first album is just amazing. So yes, the core of the band met through how you kind of always hear the stories. They met each other at a record store, then through ads, the other kind of members met. Do you know anything about the story about how Sebastian Bach got into the band?
Yeah, I heard that they before that, Dave, I guess, was a neighbor or a really close neighbor of John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, it's
and they kind of knew each other and were. He wasn't in Bon Jovi, but I guess they were just good buddies, and they kind of knew.
Yeah, one of them actually was in Bon Jovi, and I don't know where I had that information here. One of them was actually in Bon Jovi. It was Rachel, because he got replaced by Sambora because he played guitar. So he got replaced by him and Rachel, I think.
Okay. And then they said that they formed the band. They said they finally got the other guys in. I think Scotty came in, and then the other drummer, Rob, came in. And they had a different singer. But this singer, and at one point they opened up for Bon Jovi in a club. It was like a club. Bon Jovi didn't put their name. They kind of put like a side name. And they were, there, and somebody from the record company said, your songs seem to be good, and there's a lot of good energy coming from you. You have good songs, good songwriting. Your sound sounds good. He says, but the only thing is you're lacking a singer. He says, your singer's not the guy for your band if you want to go to the next step. And Snake and Rachel, they took a look at that, and they said that a 9-month journey to find the perfect singer. And they kind of fell into Sebastian after 9 months, a search for him. And I think Sebastian said that he, got a demo tape of the guys, and he said when he first heard 18 in Life and said, you know what, I think I could do something with this, with the chorus or some of the lyrics and move them around. I think I could make something special. And the guys hit it off, and they just kind of went for it and stuff like that. Hey, one more quick thing before we change. I'll let you talk again.
No.
Did you know they were throwing around how they got the Skid Row name? Was they were throwing names at each other, and one of the names they thought was Skid Marks. It was Skid Marks or Skid Row, Skid Marks, Skid Row, and they kind of laughed at it, and they go, well, how it really ended. We ended up with Skid Row, but Skid Marks was in their title frame for a little bit.
Yeah, so Skid Row is the name they settled on. They actually had to pay. I don't know if you know this. So I'm going to go back. We'll go back a little bit. If anybody knows who Gary Moore is, a world-renowned guitar player from the 60s, 70s.
Oh, okay.
He had a band called Skid Row. He's Irish, has ties with one of my favorite bands, Thin Lizzy. He was in that band. He had a band before that called Skid Row that Phil Lynott was also in, who's the singer of Thin Lizzy, and they actually had to pay him $35,000 to get the name.
Wow.
So
I
doing my research, doing my cut and paste.
Yeah,
you know how I do.
I take it that they were with the Doc McGee.
Yeah,
they signed them under management.
Of course
so
they were.
I think that's how they probably.
Yeah, Doc McGee arranged all that.
And 30,000. That's still a lot.
35,000.
35.
And I know you were talking about the Sebastian Bach, how he got introduced and all that stuff. There was actually some kind of tie about how John Bon Jovi's parents saw him singing at a wedding. Michael Weiss was a photographer.
That's right.
It was a rock photographer, and then they heard him singing at the wedding. They're like, you need to check this guy out. 18 years old.
Yeah.
18 years old.
So I think the band that Sebastian was in at the time was a band called Madam X. And remember the few times I've told you about how here in Hollywood there would be like Bam Magazine or, Rock City News or just little magazines that would come out here in Hollywood. And I did see the Madam X for a few times. And these were like tall, skinny guys. It was like 2 guys and 2 girls. And they just, looked out of control. Their hair was, longer than their arms, that type of stuff. But that was the first time I think I saw the name Madam X.
Yeah. So he joined the band that kind of really solidified their core lineup. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at something right here.
I also heard that when they were doing this lineup and on their first record, stuff like that, Bon Jovi and Richie had rights to their music for a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of did a little tear as the band grew a little bit bigger, because now they're not really getting all their rights, all their musical stuff. A little bit went to John and Richie. So
I was a little bit incorrect, I think. I meant to say Dave Sabo was actually friends with John Bon Jovi. He was the one that was in. I had said Rachel Bolan, but it was Dave Sabo, Snake Sabo, and they both. He was the one that was briefly in Bon Jovi for a minute before he got replaced. But they were childhood friends. They were teenage friends, so they were friends growing up. And they both said, "Hey, if either of us really make it, we got to do everything we can to help the other person make it," which I think is the way it should always be.
Correct, when you have good friends.
So that's exactly what happened, because if you read the list of who Skid Row got to tour with earlier in their career, it's a who's who. We're talking about the Bon Jovis. We're talking about the Aerosmiths. Doc McGee ended up being their manager. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was Motley Crue. I mean, how could you fail with that kind of
management lineup, right?
Being the supporting act for any of those bands during that time. We're talking, obviously, about what time? 89, their debut came out, I believe, and January of 89.
Yes.
So they were
January of 89, January 24th.
So they were probably doing a lot of touring in 88 with, just playing and playing and playing, and then in 89 when the album broke, they were still touring, supporting. So they just were really given an opportunity of like, hey, here you go. It's on you now.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about the album.
Sounds good.
Start talking about the album. Skid Row, self-titled. It's 11 tracks. It's only 39 minutes, but I'm going to tell you guys, this is probably one of the best 39 minutes of a debut album you will ever experience. There's not one skip on the CD, record, tape, fast forward. There's nothing on here that you want to skip. You want to listen to every single song. First song on here is called Big Guns. To me, about a woman and her big guns.
Yeah, that's it,
big
man.
Guns, and we're talking about.
It starts off rocking, having a good time. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, it opens. It's a rocker, dude. It's a rocker. We always talk about the way you need to open albums. Are you going to open it, strong? Are you going to open it, soft? Is this a good opener? Is this not a bad opener? I'm just going to play just the beginning of this song. You guys judge for yourself. I think it's a great opening track. You let me know. It just rips right from the get-go, dude. Right
Heck
from the
yeah.
get-go. Sebastian, the thing about this band is not only are they so tight, the song rating's so good, tight as a band. The vocals of Sebastian Bach are definitely like the fifth instrument in the band. It's definitely a showcase.
Yeah, definitely.
His vocal prowess is just amazing, and he shows it from the get-go.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, big guns.
Yeah, definitely. We all love big guns.
Big guns. The next song is Sweet Little Sister.
Yeah.
Another rocker. I just can't get enough of any of the songs.
Oh, yeah, dude. Doing my research, man, it brought, like I said, another thing, just brought back so many good memories of listening to this time. And for me, whenever I hear older songs, older albums that I haven't heard in a while, it always brings me back to the time that I first heard it, and then from that point on, what was going on in my life, what was this, what was that. See, 89, I was second year in junior college, fooling around, having a good job, good time with my first job or second job, probably first job.
I kind of feel like a lot of the songs on this album are about, like, God, I don't even know how to say it without sounding offensive, but just like, not like the gutter, but like hookers and tramps and just the seedy side of town, which goes great with their name, Skid Row. But that kind of seems what it's about.
Yes.
I mean, this song, it's called Sweet Little Sister, but it's not about his sister. It's about this woman that's like, she's borderline at best. If you start hearing the song, she'll be with every guy. She's down in the subway. She's gonna show you a good time. It's not necessarily the best neighborhood to live in. I kind of guess the Skid Row neighborhood. Can't Stand the Heartache, which is track number 3. I think this is a great song, dude.
Oh yeah, totally.
Song, dude. And another thing that they a lot of things they did on these tracks was they have a lot of those sing-along choruses, which I love.
Yes, definitely.
We go back to our White Lion conversation. I love the pump your fist in the air. This isn't necessarily a pump your fist in the air, but it's, hey, sing with us.
Yeah, of course. We're at Can't Stand the Heartache. Yeah, so you're there, Can't Stand the Heartache. Everybody's screaming, yelling. Good times, man.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You want to listen to a little bit of that one?
Yes.
Let's go right here. This is the chorus right here. Listen, Sebastian can just go, dude. Listen to the guitar. I mean, it was like a lot of the bands that were successful at that time. There were so many bands trying to do the same thing that you really had to hit that perfect storm, because you hear some albums like this band did one, this band did one, this band did one, this band did one, but because they just didn't have that perfect, the perfect ingredients to make that cake.
Yes.
Of that rock band. They didn't have it. They had too much of this or not enough of this, or way over the top or way underneath.
And then when they change it or do something different, does it work or doesn't it work? And a lot of times it doesn't work, but sometimes it may work in a different way.
Yeah, totally.
That is true.
Totally, dude.
Yeah, love that song, dude.
That's a great one. That was not a single. That was not a hit. That was nothing more than just, hey, if you listen to the album, which I preach about all the time, you got to listen to the album, the whole thing, all the way through. Piece of Me, the next song on the album, dude. This track is, I love it, dude.
This was the 4th single of the album.
Yeah,
it wasn't a big single, but I think they just kind of threw it out there just to.
I think they did. It could be like, okay, we're gonna come out with something next, but just
yeah,
throw you a bone for a second. I mean, it didn't sound like anything that they came out with their next album, but it was obviously. I actually didn't know that this was the 4th single.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they did like a big announcement or a single thing, but doing my research also, it said, yeah, we released this as the 4th single, maybe just to one last tour, maybe the tour with Aerosmith. They kind of just said, oh, we got one more single to throw out and everybody, because at that time they were trying to do 3 to 4 singles per album.
And I kind of something just kind of hit me about this window when I'm kind of looking at the lyrics and stuff. The lyrics are very sleazy
Yes.
They tend to be sleazy, but their music doesn't have that sleazy sound. And I know me and you've had conversations about bands like Faster Pussycat, L.A. Guns, Hanoi Rocks. They tend to have that sleazy sound,
Yes.
which I'm not the biggest fan of, but those are bands we'll probably talk about in the future, which is fine. They're not some of my favorites, but I'll still listen to them. I still like them, but they're just not on the top of my list. But this band, Skid Row, they had the sleazy lyrics, but they still had a hard-hitting sound that I like.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. It was totally good, man. I do totally dig the song, especially the start of it with the bass, heavy bass, you know. Yeah, good stuff,
dude, it's
man.
Great.
So on the next one, we'll start off with the second single, which was 18 in Life. But I thought this was a bigger single than the first one.
I think it was because I think they had two top 10 singles.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, and this was one of them. I Remember You, which is later on we'll talk about. But 18 in Life, yeah. Go ahead.
Starts off, I mean, great storytelling lyrics. 18 in Life, talk about when you're young, when you're 18, when you're angry at the world, when you're angry with your parents or angry with life, and you think that this is what you got going, man. I go, that's kind of it. It was just a good rock and roll angry song that every 18-year-old rock and roll kid, with long hair would wanted to listen to in his car, on his Trans Am and stuff.
Yeah, so I got right here. In U.S., this album went to number 6.
Okay.
Which, I mean, as much as the hair metal was big in the 80s, it wasn't really the biggest selling kind of music. You still were like, the pop was really still the headlining act of the 80s.
Oh, of course.
So for an album like this to even break the top 10, in my opinion, is huge.
Wasn't this even a slow burn too? Like
they all were.
Well,
I mean, they all were.
Well, the next album's not a slow burn.
No,
but we'll finish with this one.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't the first one. It wasn't it wasn't coming out the gate.
Wasn't yeah, correct. But yes, it was slow burn. People, kept it on the airwaves.
It did go to number 1 in New Zealand.
These guys, New Zealand.
New Zealand, they know what's up down there, dude. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Skid Row.
Just wait till Big Talk invades.
Yeah, when we invade New Zealand, we're gonna spread faster than COVID-19.
Whoa!
They're gonna close the borders when we get there.
All right.
Because they want to keep us in.
Yeah.
Not let us go.
It's all right.
Yeah, dude. So the album went to number 6 in U.S., number 1 in New Zealand. The next 2 highest were Canada at 11 and Australia at 12. Let's see what's the next song on here. What were we just talking about? Oh, Rattlesnake Shake.
Yeah, same thing, man.
Sex song.
Exactly right.
And
Sex sells,
I was listening to it. I was like, is this song about like her shaking her ass like a rattlesnake or me shaking my thing like a rattlesnake? Like, I couldn't really differentiate the lyrics. I'm like, whatever way you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was about being with yourself or being with a woman. I couldn't really tell. And you really can't. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I think it's this. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Oh, wait, maybe it is. I don't know.
No, being with a woman. We're going to say it that way.
Yeah, I think we're going to say it's about being with a woman.
All right.
Good song. It's not the first song that's called Rattlesnake Shake. Motley Crue had a song on Dr. Feelgood, Rattlesnake Shake. So it's a popular title, obviously. Number 7, Youth Gone Wild. This was their first single, and I absolutely love this song. It's one of my favorite songs from this whole era. I will honestly second favorite song on the album. Second favorite for me. Second favorite.
What? Same thing where the angry youth, being 18, being young or under 20, in your teens. And just, the youth gone wild. Just, here it is. Are we a little sample?
You want to hear it? We're going to hear some right now from the start.
Do it.
This isn't like... You can't really compare them to a lot of the hair bands of the time. Like, this is not Poison. Right? This is not Poison.
This is a jam, dude. It's good.
They got some girth
to
their music. There we go. We got some girth. Listen to Sebastian just sing. Sometimes you just can't help but just let the music play, right?
Right.
I'm cranking it right now. Cranking it.
Here we go. Chris is the youth gone wild.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, dude, this is a song, man.
This is an anthem.
Yeah. Now, being an old man, sorry, the youth gone wild. It's too crazy for me. Bring it down.
It's not too crazy because it brings me back.
Right.
It brings me back. I think we've seen Sebastian once in concert.
Yeah, there was a solo.
I think it was a solo, and he was opening act. But man, just hearing this song being sung by the singer that sings it,
yeah, dude,
is amazing. And this is one of my favorites from this first album. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, totally kick-ass song, man.
Okay, next one. Let's go. Here I Am.
Right. Same thing. Here I am.
Just, kind of just a,
good song.
Regular ass, song talking about, same thing. This album seems to be a lot about sleaze. It seems to be a lot about, love and getting down and dirty, and that's what a lot of it is about. And it's reality.
We'll figure this is the first album, and all these guys are young guys, and they're I would say 20s,
18 to Sebastian's only 18.
Okay, but
Rachel and Sabo were the main songwriters. Obviously.
Yeah, so I think that so these guys write some stuff, and hey, man, that's what they were into. We're just looking at their surroundings in New Jersey, maybe, and just kind of. Did some rock and roll, just investigating. When we went out on the streets and, hey, let's write a song about, hey, what do we see? Girls and trash and good times.
Getting trashed.
Yeah, definitely. Next song off that one's Making a Mess.
And it's kind of funny. We're really just trying to get to the next song after this, which is an amazing song, which we may just play the whole thing on our podcast. I don't know, dude. Making a Mess.
What's funny just saying about that is one of the things that they put on one of the shirts was Skid Row making a mess of the U.S.
Yeah, right on a tour shirt.
On one of the tour shirts, yeah.
This song, Making a Mess, dude, same thing, dude. About a woman making a mess.
Getting between two guys, probably.
It's sex laced, about girls, having a good time. That's what the era was about. That's what everybody that was into this music wanted to hear songs about. Same thing. But the songs didn't sound the same. So it was like every song, they basically kind of did almost the same kind of topics, the same kind of, not doing the same story or the same iteration of what was going on, but they were basically kind of talking about the same things, and they made it sound different every time just because the songwriting was so strong. Their songwriting's amazing, dude, on this first album. It gets better, it gets better, it gets better. Their next album gets better and better and better. It's just amazing, and the songwriters for this band can just take topic and just make it sound fresh, make it sound better as time goes on.
Definitely.
Making a Mess. The next song, in my opinion, the more I listen to this song, the more I start thinking to myself, and I may get some pushback from Gregg. I don't know, because I don't think I've ever said this to him before. This might be the best power ballad ever. Ever.
I'm going to question you on that one, but I agree with you on being one of the best power ballads, how it starts off, acoustic, singing,
this
lyrics.
Power ballad is
it rocks, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. If you were in a car, with the top down.
I was listening to the song and I was like, it has so many, it's like, it talks about like So the song is called "I Remember You."
Yes.
So obviously it's about trying to remember someone from your past, but it talks about in past tense and present tense in the same song. So it's kind of like, "I remember you," and then it talks about when we're together right now, and "I love you," and all these kind of things. And so it really can be taken either as in a past relationship that you're trying to mend, or a past relationship that you're trying to hold on to.
Yeah, hold on to.
Present relationship that you love someone so much, and all these things. And so
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I love this song.
This is a great song, man. I have to see solos even awesome on that, man. Yeah, come on, let's hear some more, man.
Let's hear some more. Here's some more. This acoustic at the beginning is amazing.
Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah. I want to drive at sunset, man, and hear it.
I just fell in love with you. Just for the beginning.
Chris, I remember you.
And Sebastian Bach's singing in the song is unprecedented.
Oh, dude, totally, man.
You know, this song, I remember one time specific, I was driving home from work and the song came on the radio, and I was in a big, huge line on the freeway trying to get off, dude. This song came on, and I unbuckled my seatbelt, just guitar soloed my seatbelt. Dude, like I was like,
Oh, dude.
like I was on stage or something. It was amazing, dude.
That's funny.
I just couldn't help myself. I just best power ballad, in my opinion, best power ballad of all
right,
time.
dude.
I just can't get enough of it.
I'll give it to you.
Can't get enough of listening to it. I really just want to fast forward, and I want to listen to the solo.
Ooh, yeah, there you go, dude.
I really want to
solo.
I gotta find it. So keep talking.
No what? No. Oh yeah, of course, dude. Same thing, dude. Excellent song, great power ballad. One of those things before, man. You know what, Sebastian, dude, when we saw him live and he sang this, dude, it was just like, this is what we wanted to hear. Wanted to see him sing the Skid Row songs, and we want to, cheer and laugh and scream and put our hands up in the air and almost put our lighters up, because back then we still had lighters, and do that kind of stuff, dude.
I got it.
Solo. Let's hear it. Yes, we are guitar soloing too. Air guitar. Yeah. Love it. Love it,
It
dude.
does not get any better than that right there at all.
You know what? Now, I'm gonna test that theory, because there are a few songs coming up in the next records that are good. And now, do they stand the test of time as I Remember You? I'm gonna say no, but they're gonna come awful close on this kind of stuff.
Well, I know that probably two songs you're talking about.
Okay.
No, I don't think they stand the test of time. Like, hold on a second. Does I sound weird here?
Yeah, you do.
Hold on a second.
Dun 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 dun.
Do I still sound weird? Is this better?
A little bit better. Hello. There, I sound better too.
Hello. Is that better?
Yes.
That's way better, right?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
I think
that?
I think we were air guitaring too much. I might have messed
Yeah, I
up
think that
the studio. We were doing some
hit the
whirlwinds.
knobs. There we go. That's
All right.
way better. Way
Yeah.
better. The last song on the album, Midnight/Tornado.
Yeah, that's how we close it, man. Rocket song.
Yeah, this is a straight rocker. Great way to close the album.
Heck yeah, man.
Open it with a rocker, close it with a rocker.
Has some good fun stuff in the middle.
It's good, fun stuff in the middle. We're going to go 40 minutes. Album's over. A quick story about this album. I stole it.
What?
I talk about it in our episode number 1. I wanted this album so bad I stole the cassette from, I don't remember what record store in Capitol Mall in Olympia, Washington.
They're still looking for.
Probably made the store. I bet that
posters.
store went out of business because I stole one tape. But,
That's funny, man.
You know.
Hey, just to close out. Now, when they did the 30th anniversary of this album, they released one more song. I don't know if you listened to it. It was called Forever, and it's not. It's not as heavy or as
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
That's for the Czech Republic right there.
Thank you. What are you talking about? I need one too.
Oh, you need me to open your beer?
Yes. Forever. Part of a B-side. I think it was the Japanese B-side that was released over there, but they released it on their 30th anniversary. Good fun song, dude. There's nothing wrong with this one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Skid Row. That's us drinking.
No.
I don't know if you heard that one. Did you have a chance to check it out?
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
Okay, we'll fool around with it next. All right, so we're gonna start off with the next album, which I think the guys in the band, they said they were on tour. They had a chance to, record the next album. That last album was done with Michael Wagner, if I'm correct, and they did his album again. He was also the producer of Slave to the Grind.
Love it.
Oh, man, starts off with Monkey Business, the first single of the album, and it starts off where they left off.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about how momentous this album was.
Oh, definitely.
First hard rock album to debut on the Billboard charts at number 1 ever. Ever.
Because they had 3 hit singles, a great tour, and they went with great momentum.
And they have a great band.
Yeah. Well, great or excellent?
Great.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Love it. So yes, like you were saying, Monkey Business might be my favorite song off of this album. By far, out of all the albums, their best opening song. Love Monkey Business. Love. I want to hear some of it right now.
Okay. I love it that they added the cowbell to it, man, because that just added a different element to it.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Let me make sure my volumes are right. I don't want to. I've been caught a couple times with my volumes down. Here we go.
Yeah.
This really showcases Sebastian Bach's vocals right here. Love it. This is a cranking song, dude.
Oh, man. So,
Hold on. Here he goes. And you can tell right off the bat, this is way harder.
oh yeah.
Not way harder, but harder than their first album for sure.
They definitely did a.
They were looking for a sound. They've said a lot of times they were looking for a sound. They found the sound. They deliberately made this album harder, and they succeeded in every single way possible.
Exactly.
Amazing album.
They also, when they released this album, they were on tour with the mighty Guns N' Roses in '91.
Yeah.
That didn't hurt their sales right there.
No, yeah, for sure.
People want to get there. Oh, who's opening? Skid Row. Shit, let's get there early.
Yeah, people were going to see them as well. It wasn't like they were, filing in, after they played 4 or 5 songs. They were filing in before they played any songs.
Exactly.
It was a packed house from the beginning.
I always loved that. So whenever I went to a show, and if I was a band if there was like 3 or 4 acts, I tried to get there to see all of them because I just wanted to check them out. Yeah, maybe I like them. I liked one song, and let me just hear that. Then other people are like, oh, dude, we were in the parking lot partying, and I'm like, hey, that's great, man. But there's the show, man. We got to see the band, support them.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I would have been in there checking out Skid Row. I don't even know if I went to that show.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I have never seen Skid Row as a band.
Okay.
Just Sebastian.
Just Sebastian.
So, yeah, solo.
All right, man. So Slave to the Grind. So the next
Slave to the Grind. But this was the obviously title track. Was this the first single, or was Monkey Business?
Monkey Business.
Monkey Business was the first single. Slave to the Grind. Great song. It's about, hey, you're never going to be king of the world if you're slave to the grind. Right, you're going to be stuck in the rat race of corporate America. You're never going to make it to the top.
And we all know that, dude. Sometimes me and Chris are slave to the grind, dude.
We're always slave to the grind. Slave to the grind, day after day.
Did you know that Sebastian's father did the artwork for this album?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that one? Yeah, dude. It was one thing. So I guess he's a painter. And he got the guys to, or he did a paint and the guys loved it. If you look on it too, it looks like there's a guy with a 3-piece suit on and with the Zach Morris phone. If you look a little bit into it,
the Zach Morris phone. Yeah, I love it, dude. Morris. I love it. Is that AC in the background over there? Is Screech? Slave to the Screech.
And same thing, one of the main writers on this album is Dave and Rachel. They just, Sebastian did a few credits on the recording, but Dave and Rachel just did most of these songs, man. Those guys.
This album really has a theme, and I think Slave to the Grind is really the theme of the whole album. It's a very anti-authority album. We're not going to give in to you as the authority kind of a thing. You can, like the next song called The Threat. We're going to do what we want to do. You can't make us do what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You can threat and say whatever you're going to say you're going to do to us, but we're still going to do what we're going to do.
Exactly.
And that's the way it's going to be. And that's really a theme that runs through not all, but most of the album for sure.
That's cool, man. Rock and roll,
all right, we're going to go to track number 4, which I know Gregg wants to talk about this song for sure, because I know he's going to equate it to the song I talked about. It's a ballad.
You know what? I never felt it was a ballad.
It's balladish.
It's balladish, but...
Or balladish.
Yeah. No, ballad.
Ballad?
Yeah. Quicksand Jesus.
Quicksand Jesus.
Same thing. Good song. Starts off a little slow. Goes into it, has a lot of meaning. Sebastian's... the way he sings it is just amazing. You can, practically feel his emotions and stuff like that. I love it, man.
Yeah, this song is one of my favorites on the album for sure. I definitely want to play some of this. I think the listeners that have never heard this need to hear it. And here we go. Dude, his vocals are amazing.
Right? They're awesome on this, dude.
Love it.
Emotion, dude. I love it, dude. You can't get me.
Yeah, when you sing with emotion, there's nothing better.
Jesus.
All right, we're going to move on.
All right.
As much as we don't want to, we would just love to listen to the whole song. Psycho Love. Next song on the album.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Same thing. Rock and roller, heavy. Talking about probably.
I'm looking at the lyrics right here. I'm looking at the lyrics right here. Cleaning needles with her wine, face down in her one-eyed world. Dude, this is about a drug-addicted hooker, drug-addicted woman who's going to show you how psycho she is. She will give you anything. Yeah. Here's my psycho love.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, some people love it. Some people we've don't. All heard, give you a blowjob for a hit. Those are all. That's the parody of people addicted to drugs.
Exactly,
and it's a reality, and these guys are writing about it, and it's unfortunate, but that's what the song's about. It's I'll give you what you need to get what I need. Psycho Love.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Rachel Bolan did that record.
Yeah, all
song,
by himself, man.
Nice.
Wrote that one all by himself, man. These guys are. Here's the thing, and I will go to the grave, ranting, raving, and say the hair band, music will forever go underrated. Some of the best musicians, best songwriters, best singers, best performers in the history of music, and they get, for some reason, put in this like whatever kind of section of the audience, like, yeah, whatever. We're not going to take you guys seriously, but dude, they were some of the best, if not the best. I mean, their songs are amazing,
Right?
I don't know why people just don't. I mean, is it not serious enough for them? Are we not? We're taking on serious topics here.
Is it?
We're talking about drugs. We're talking about hookers. We're talking about all these things that are real in life. But we're what? Because it's Skid Row, we're not going to take it seriously, or what?
Or maybe it's too loud. And, because people always said, if it's too loud, you're too old.
Is Tracy Chapman got to make a fucking song about it? Jesus Christ.
Maybe Madonna is, dude.
She's a fast woman. She's taking her drugs every day. She's a hooker on the corner. What do we got to do here? Is we got to win a Grammy?
Chris needs another beer. That was the
No,
best
we don't
Tracy
win.
Chapman in
We
a long
don't win.
time,
We
dude.
don't win Grammys. Jethro Tull wins Grammys.
Hey, don't start me on Jethro Tull. On that one, dude.
Look up the joke. We're not going to explain it to you.
Okay, so the next song, which now, if you check this out, if you listen to it on Spotify, you're not going to find this because on Spotify it's the clean version. If you look on Apple Music, you get the next song, which is called "Get the Fuck Out."
Oh, I love it.
And it was a kick-ass, in-your-face, down-your-throat song.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of these things that I do remember seeing that live in concert, and it was just like, that was the song, man. Get the fuck out. And it was killer. And it was funny because I'm on Spotify and I'm hearing it and I'm like, I'm missing something. There's something I'm missing on Slave to the Grind. Then I switched over to Apple Music and I was like, holy shit. It's, get the fuck out. I totally forgot about that song.
And then they still have that same theme of like, you can't tell me what to do. Get the fuck out. That's
exactly,
it runs through the whole album.
Yeah. And it kind of sounds tongue in cheek because half the time he's like, get the fuck out. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, right. Get the fuck out.
It's a killer song. If you have Spotify, sorry. But if you have Apple Music, check it out, man. It's good. It's a good rock and roll song, man. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next song, Living on a Chain Gang. I didn't listen to the song much.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
It might be the one that you kind of listen to, but I don't know, turn down because you got to talk to somebody. I don't know. But don't get us wrong, dude. This is not a bad song. I guess it's the throwaway track of the album, I guess, kind of.
Okay.
It's not memorable for me.
No, not me either, dude.
It doesn't stand out. It didn't give me the willy chilies. So let's move on.
All right.
Number 8.
Creep Show. This is we talk about Rachel and Dave being most of the songwriter on this one. Scotty Hill and also the drummer Rob Rufusio got credits for recording it too, which is pretty. If you look at the credits, it's pretty different.
Yeah, this song's about some weird shit, dude. It's about transvestites, psychos. They're saying some stuff in here that I don't want to repeat. They're just saying like, dude, reality is a creep show.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really talking down. They're just saying, hey, man, there's a lot of shit going on out there. It's a creep show. The human race is a creep show. And I think we'd all agree that we don't agree with everybody. And it's creepy out there.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on. Number 9 on the Slave to the Grind. In a Darkened Room. You know
like
what?
This song.
I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorite songs.
I like this song.
From Skid Row.
Yeah, I like this song.
You want to play a little bit for me?
Yeah, dude. Where do you want me to play it from the beginning?
No, middle.
Where from? Where from?
Just hit play, and we'll go from there.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's play that from here.
Because I want to hear some screaming, because I really feel he got an emotion out of himself starting off slow.
Listen to this.
Almost feels like a little bit of a depression going on, and finding a way out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what this song's about. It's slave to the grind. Everybody's on top of you. Everybody's telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's pressure on you. It's gonna make you feel like if you aren't living up to people's expectations,
and sometimes
you're feeling like you're in a darkened room,
and you need to get out. To me,
it's an anti-suicide song, really. I mean,
okay, I'll take that.
You're crying for help.
Yeah. So they released a video for this too, and when I used to see it, I would just love it because I think Sebastian sings with super emotion, and it makes me feel like, damn, that's what I see. I fall into the sea and still I swim for shore. That's get yourself out of your funk, and you need to do it, man. Yes.
Here we go.
Love the song. Right there, dude.
That's killer, bro.
Right?
That is killer.
That's super killer to me, dude. Yeah, dude, I love it.
That just hit me a little bit, dude. I just got a little emotional just listening to that right there.
Because it's a great song on that,
is.
man. That's I said, and it's a slow, something solo kicks ass, man. It was just good stuff, man. In the Darkened Room, I love it, and it was also one of the singles that they had. I
hope you guys all go back and some of these songs were getting into more detail. Some of them were not getting into so much detail. These are all good songs. Their first two albums, every single track is a good track. Please, please, please go back. Skid Row self-titled, listen to it all the way through. Slave to the Grind, listen to it all the way through.
And
like
loud.
we preach.
And loud. If
you're
not doing
driving,
it loud,
if you're working,
loud.
If you are working, you might be in a warehouse setting. I don't know. What'd you just do, dude? It just all of a sudden went all weird. There we go. That's way better. If you're working in a warehouse setting, maybe you're stocking something of some sort. Crank this up. If you're driving, crank this up.
Dude.
If you're doing homework, crank this up.
You're taking the kids to school, crank it up.
Oh, I crank it up. It's kind of funny, dude. I was picking up the 12-year-old from school today. I had some Skid Row playing, dude. I was still researching, dude, till the last minute. She goes, oh, my God, so embarrassing, Dad. I go, what? She goes, you picked me up. Your music was all loud. I go, I'm doing research, baby. Got the Skid Row playing, dude. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, I love it, man. See, I didn't get to do that with my daughter. That pisses me off. Damn it.
See, it's funny because I pick her up in front of the school, but I drop her off on the corner from the school, so I let her play whatever she wants on the way. So when she gets out, if it's playing anything, no one sees me in the car listening to K-pop. But when I pick her up, I've dictated the radio. So Skid Row it is.
Nice.
All right, let's move on to their third album, their final album.
Whoa. What are you doing, man?
What?
We still got 3 more songs on...
Do we?
On Slave to the Grind. All right, you know what? I'll talk about it then. Next song, Riot Act.
My bad.
Yeah, how many Czech Republic beers did you have, man? 4?
1.
1.5?
I don't know why. Riot Act.
And Riot Act, same thing. Kick-ass song. Rock and roller. Has a good time, man. It's a good song. Anything you want to add to that?
Kick-ass song. Just fits right in with the whole theme of the album. Slave to the Grind. Don't read me the Riot Act. I'm a dude. Same thing, dude. It's the same kind of thing, done differently. Different style, different sound, different songwriting, different lyrics. We're going to keep telling you it's a theme album. It's not like a story. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I haven't listened to it enough to be like, this is a story, a journey of somebody. It may be a Slave to the Grind story. I don't know. Maybe I need to listen to it a couple more times. But it goes within the whole theme of the album, which is great for me. I love it.
Yeah. The next one is Mud Kicker. Same thing. You know what goes with that theme of, if you have to kick the dirt, you're going to kick the mud, throw somebody's mud in your eye or something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing. Good stuff, man. Good rock and roll song.
Yeah, you got to kick up shit.
Heavy.
You can't just, take it lying down.
Yeah.
Kick up some mud, kick up some dust. The shit gets dirty. You better stick up for yourself. That's kind of really what this song is about. It's just standing up for yourself and not letting people walk over you. Still in the same theme. You guys get what's going on. This is a theme album. I love it. Love it.
The last song and how it ends is "Wasted Time," which is the third single on the album.
This is one. I'll just say it here. I think you really want to talk. This is another one of my favorite songs by them. Definitely, for sure. And I think they do the slower songs just so well, because I don't know if it's the music, the songwriting, or if it's the showcasing Sebastian Bach's voice or what it is, but I just love the slower songs. Let's play some of this from the intro. Let me play some of this from the intro.
Okay, just as you're playing that, did you know that Sebastian said that this song was written about Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, dude, it's great, man.
I love the songs that have that slow intro and then just rip.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
This is another one of those songs that has that slow intro, just rips into the rest of the verse, into the chorus. Love it.
So in the U.S., this song did go double platinum.
Here we go.
Boom.
Right into the chorus. Love it.
Oh,
I think I've said I love it like 3,000 times in this episode.
You know what? Sometimes bands and sometimes songs bring up so much emotion on that, and for us, saying "killer" or "love it" or something like that is just something we do. We love these kind of songs, man. Before we get into the next album, so in between the end of Slave to the Grind and before Subhuman Race, they released a 5-song kind of cover songs called Beside Ourselves, which Chris, doing his backup information or his homework, he forgot that it was on there. There's 5 songs on it. It starts off with wait a minute, what does it start off with?
Psychotherapy.
Psychotherapy, which Rachel did the vocals for. And if you didn't know, Tammy Down did background vocals for.
From Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, so they did Psychotherapy from the Ramones. Good, fun song. Can't tell you how much I thought it was just a kick-ass, fun cover. And I was totally glad that Rachel did the vocals for it, because it was something different with the guys. On the next one was totally love, because I know these guys love Kiss. They did Come On and Love Me, which is still a good, fun song for me. It goes on there. It did it justice. Come On and Love Me. I know Sebastian is a big Kiss fan, and I think Dave was too. Hey, it works, man. Come On and Love Me. The next one after that goes on. It's a live performance from Phoenix, Arizona, of Delivering the Goods, which is from Judas Priest. Priest number 1.
Hey, man. Let me tell you something. Judas Priest number 1, man. Who comes next? Iron Maiden, man. By the way, the last time we recorded, we actually got done and we went and we watched Heavy Metal Parking Lot a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, just to watch something being stupid, man. We were just finishing up, man. This is a live recording in Phoenix, Arizona, where they brought Rob Halford up on stage and did Delivering the Goods from Judas Priest, man. On the next one is What You're Doing. I don't know if you knew that one. What You're Doing is from Rush.
From Rush, yep.
From their first album. And it took me a few times because I couldn't recognize the song. And then when I started doing my homework, I was like, damn, that's a Rush song? And there it is, man. So on the last song, I'm gonna let Chris talk about it. Which just let everybody know, they did a song called "Little Wing," which is from Jimi Hendrix, and Chris was saying that's one of his favorite songs, but he's never heard
I love that song.
This cover. So we're gonna hear a little bit right now of Skid Row's cover of "Little Wing."
This is one of those songs that like nobody knows the name of the song, but
right?
They know the song.
Loving it, man.
Well, she's walking through the clouds.
This is actually my first time ever hearing this right now, and I love it.
His voice, man, goes with that blues sound, man.
That's all she ever thinks about. Riding with the wind. Lord, I'm sad that she comes
This is amazing.
It's a good song, man.
when it laughs and smiles. She gets to me free. It's alright.
I wish we had all day.
Yeah, we don't. All right, so this was released in May of 1992. 5-song EP, 18 minutes, 33 seconds of fun Skid Row influence.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. All right, Chris, what was the next album you want to talk about?
Subhuman Race. Subhuman Race. It was their last song album with the classic lineup. And if I have to be honest with you and with our audience, I was not a huge fan of it. I liked a couple songs off of here, a couple tracks. I liked Fire Sign. I liked Into Another. It was a heavy album, but there were a couple tracks I just did not like at all. I thought they were trying to change too much with the times, trying to catch up to a time that had passed them by. Obviously, this album came out in 1995, and the previous album was 91. So 4 years, and they were. I think that with the grunge, the whole
and
way
they probably took a break too from touring. They probably did a 18-month or 2-year tour. These guys are probably burned, and hey, man, let's get a couple breaks.
But these songs aren't all. They're not bad. It's just it was such a departure from what they had done before, because I didn't feel as though the lyrics or the vocals of Sebastian Bach were showcased as much as they were in previous, and I really think he's an important element of the band. But the songs like Fire Sign and Into Another really showed his voice. They showed another side of it, but just not the side of it that it had been part of the first couple albums.
Exactly.
The songwriting was still pretty strong. The heaviness from the previous album of A Slave to the Grind, in some cases they actually turned it up a notch. I don't think they ever backed down from the songwriting style that they had done from Slave to the Grind. So if you're looking for something that's still heavy, definitely listen to this album. Listen to it. But I just am not an overall fan of the album at all.
Oh, okay. You know what? It starts off with, was it My Enemy?
My Enemy.
My Enemy.
It's all right.
And I thought it was decent. But wasn't like Monkey Business, wasn't like Big Guns. It didn't hit me in the face.
It was weak. As an opener, it was weak.
Yeah. The next song, was it a Fire Sign?
Fire Sign.
You know,
I like that song.
What took me for a second, it was one of those things, doing my research, I liked it after hearing it 3 or 4, 5, 6 times. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I like the chorus. All right. I like what they're doing. All right. This song is a little bit memorable, and I'm starting to dig it. And I felt
you definitely can sing with this song. Loved it.
Yeah. Going from that one, Bonehead. You know what? It didn't catch me. It didn't.
See, the thing I think we can both agree on, a lot of these songs are I don't want to say forgettable because they're all good, but I think that they're all interchangeable. Like I can't. A lot of these songs I can't differentiate them. Whereas where on the first two albums I can differentiate the songs when I hear them. The other ones it's like, which one is this? Which one is this? And it might be part of that I didn't listen to this album a ton when it came out,
Yeah.
if really at all. And so this is really kind of a refresher for me. And so I'm kind of like, okay. But, that might be part of it. But I just was not overall impressed. And I just couldn't differentiate like this one from this one from this one. Like if you put on one song, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one it was from the start. Where if you give me a song from the other two albums, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We talked about earlier, me and Chris were just BSing about stuff. Beat Yourself Blind, the next song from that album. And Chris was saying, what, sometimes it seems that he's not singing, he's almost kind of rapping, or trying to rap or somewhat rapping. And that is one of those songs that it kind of, there is a point where
the cadence of the scene of the song.
Exactly. It's not there. And it wasn't, that's how more memorable it was for me. It was like, you're right. His vocals were a little less singing and emotion, more like, hey, yeah, beat myself blind.
Like that.
Yeah.
The way he was.
The next song on that one, because like I said, they were moving on because these are not really memorable songs. The next one was Eileen, and that one
I like that one.
That one took me.
I think we're gonna be on green. So I like this one.
Same thing. Got me the hook, line and sinker. It was just about a girl, Eileen. I dug it, man. I'm definitely not going to tell you that I didn't love it, and that was one of those things that it caught me in, and I love it, man. I thought it was really good. Remembrance to be Seen, same thing. Not a memorable song. Kind of, I don't want to say thrown away, but it was just not super exciting. Even the title track, Subhuman Race. You know what?
I didn't like the. Actually, this is probably one of the songs I did not like. I was listening to it. I was reading the lyrics along with it. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was sung. I didn't like the way that the lyrics were written. I didn't like the way you talk to me like I'm subhuman. Now you're treating me like I'm subhuman. You're jumping into the subhuman race. I don't know what we're going for here. I didn't know what we were going for in the song.
Exactly. Not memorable. They should have changed the album title, but hey, we're not part of the band, right?
No.
The next song, Frozen, loved it, memorable. Yeah. A lot of good things about this song, man. I just can't tell you. This song and the one next to it are really one of my favorites on there. Frozen, a good song. Good. Into Another.
I love this song.
Can you play a little bit for me, Chris?
Let's see. I just pushed play, picked a spot. Let's hear where it is.
See, emotion is when he sings that I love from him. And the way he sings his lyrics. So this is one of those songs that does have a lot of emotion, and I definitely love it.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of emotion in his singing. He's an amazing vocalist, but because he can put so much emotion, you feel what he's you hear it, but you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it right now?
I'm feeling it, man.
Here it goes. Yeah, when he sings and the emotion, I didn't get as much emotion off of this album.
Yeah. No.
And I don't know if there was friction in the band. I don't know if they were like on their outs and they were just kind of like, we're going to do this album and see whatever happens afterwards. But
they could have been on their outs, bro, because I also saw a little documentary on the guys, and they were saying even before they started to do Slave to the Grind, they were, Dave, Rachel, and some of the guys, Gotti, were upset with Sebastian's antics, getting drunk, starting fights, trying to talk mostly on stage instead of rock and rolling, that kind of stuff. So I think that started off before Slave to the Grind, and probably about this time, close to 10 years into the band, they probably got tired of it. And I think that's one of the reasons why they also were jumping the gun right now, but why they broke up was just, they said that Sebastian's antics was too much, man. They just got tired of him talking, and, once you're in a band, I go, you represent them, and if you do something stupid, hey, you're saying, shit about me, and now you're bringing the band down. Anyways, go behind that one. Into Another, great song, man. That's love it. That's one of those Skid Row songs I love.
Yeah.
The next one on this, Face Against My Soul. To be honest with you, Chris, I couldn't remember. I know I listened to it, and I can't even remember what's going on, man.
I'll tell you what, the rest of the album is, I can't really remember.
Really? I'll go, even Breaking Down?
Well, we might have to listen to it. I don't know.
Here's some Breaking Down.
No, Breaking Down. Oh, yes.
Okay,
This one, yes.
play that one.
Yes.
Okay, we're jumping the gun real fast. Medicine Jar is another one.
We're going to skip over.
It just wasn't memorable. I don't know. There just wasn't.
This seems like
it wasn't magic.
This seems like, yes. Now I remember what the song is about. It really is a, hey man, when you can't be enough for yourself, I'm here for you. Go ahead and let me be there for you. Go ahead and break down. I'm here for you.
Okay.
That's really what the song means to me.
Okay, I agree with you.
But dude, the emotion and the singing,
right?
And you know what? This really kind of sounds like mid '90s alternative rock to me, right?
Yes.
But the emotion, dude, is just.
Love it.
You can feel, you actually can feel the emotion in the vocals. And
right?
I think every song that we've actually played on this,
There's a lot of emotion,
episode, it's all about his vocals are such an important part. And that's why, I mean, obviously, they parted ways and they got a replacement singer, or a new singer for the band, and have not been as successful. Whether or not music has changed or it's just because the band sound has changed. I think it's a lot because the band sound has changed, because I think that they're actually doing a pretty good job of kind of morphing into something different, but not too quick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They were changing, not too quickly, keeping their core sound, but definitely kind of evolving a little bit. But I think the fact that Sebastian Bach and then parted ways really meant that was the end of Skid Row, the classic lineup, the classic sound, the classicness that is just amazing in those first three albums. The first two definitely for sure, and maybe about half of the third album. But you just can hear the emotion in his vocals. And that's so important in this band. It's so important in this band.
Yeah, just to end this album, Subhuman Race, is a band called Iron Will, and same thing. To be honest with you, Chris, I don't remember it.
No, because I'm so like emotionally tankard from the song that's before it.
Oh, dude.
And I'm just like, oh
Break
my God,
it down.
dude. Okay, yeah, what's next? Let me recover.
Break it down. Yeah.
So, but that's basically, our breakdown of the first three albums.
Hey, just to add something to this, Subhuman Race was produced by Bob Rock. After,
I love Bob Rock, dude.
Yeah, just by Bob Rock. It wasn't by Michael Wagner. He did the first two albums. But this was produced by Bob Rock, and I don't know if maybe he had the guys do something, or the guys in the band were just, their headspace was something different. You never know. Music changed in the 90s, and this album was released probably in the heyday of grunge. Thanks, Seattle scene.
Yeah, right? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Anyways.
Thanks. Give these albums a listen. The first two albums, crank them all the way up to 10. And rip the knob off.
If you don't know, if you think one of these songs is better than me and Chris didn't explain, please send us an email, send us a text, hit us on Instagram, hit us on
bigtalkcg.podcast on Instagram, bigtalkcg@gmail.com, bigtalkcg on Twitter.
There you go. All right, this is Greg, this is Chris, and we'll see ya.